evidently, based on Senator McCain's behavior today, we got exactly the same kind of politics that we've had from George W. Bush. John McCain gave a speech today that said he was going to be more bipartisan. And then President Bush got up and accused Democrats of being soft on national security and being willing to deal with terrorists. And his actual words were, just like some Democratic senators tried to appease Adolf Hitler. Aren't you sick of this kind of politics in America? There is no American that's going to appease terrorists. But the McCain-Bush approach got us into Iraq. It cost us $500 billion, the lives of 4,000 brave American soldiers, 30,000 brave American soldiers wounded. We don't need 4 more years of ugly, divisive politics, Senator McCain. You can go back to Arizona and stay there. We don't want 4 more years of George W. Bush's policies on Iraq. We don't want 4 more years of George W. Bush's policies on the economy. We don't want 4 more years of George W. Bush's policies on healthcare. And we don't want 4 more years of hateful, divisive politics. Americans know what's right for us. We can be patriotic and stand up for our country and keep us out of harm's way. What the Republicans have done in the last 8 years, and what John McCain wants to do, is put his desire for power for the Republican Party ahead of the needs of the American people. And we are tired of a party that puts your political party ahead of America. Not the Democrats shouldn't do that, the Republicans shouldn't do that, and the difference is we don't do it, and they have forgotten why they're there. And that's a good thing, because they ain't going to be there much longer. We need your help. This is the core of the party. You are the folks that are here at the county convention. We need your help. We did a lot of work over the last 3 years to find out how to get people out to vote. We've upgraded our voter files. We can predict how people are going to vote using commercial databases. We have really revolutionized what we do. We're in all 50 states. We have paid staff in all 50 states. We can win anywhere. Including in Monroe County. But we have also discovered in the research that we've done looking at all the 50 states over the last couple of years what the best way to get out the vote is. I was talking with Eric earlier because I was doing a fundraiser for him, and he told me that the Republicans had dumped $1 million into his race in the last few weeks, and he could have won if he'd had more money. Well, we have a plan this time, and the plan is you. It's nice to have money, and Lord knows we need all the help we can get there, and so please all write checks and do all those things. But what we really need is you. We discovered that all the direct mail and the radio ads and those lovely robocalls that you all come to value so much, interrupting your dinner, they all work some. The thing that works the best is neighbor-to-neighbor contact. Neighbor-to-neighbor personal contact. And I don't mean once. It's great to have young, enthusiastic young folks knock on doors in the last 3 weeks. That helps. But the most important thing is for you to talk to your neighbors. And we have a program that'll do that. It's called the Neighborhood Volunteer Program. In about a month or so, it'll be in New York. And you'll be able to go on to Democrats.org, sign up for it. We'll send you the list of where your 25 neighbors are. If you don't like one of them because you had a big fight with them, you can send that one back and look at that to somebody else. If you don't like the pictures on our brochure because they don't look like your neighborhood, we've got a whole bunch of other pictures you can stick in there so they do look like your neighborhood. This is instant campaign kit. We can't do this without you. We can't do this without you. Because the truth is that if you know somebody, or even if you just have someone in common, something in common with them, and you take the time to get to know them, we ask you to visit each home 3 or 4 times, just 25 homes. If you get ambitious, you can do 40. And then we ask you to find 2 other people who do the same thing, and get them to do the same thing. It turns out if you do this, you remember my campaign slogan was, you have the power. Yep. Well, you all have a lot more power than you think you do. Because people will listen to you if they know you before they're going to listen to Rush Limbaugh or Bill O'Reilly or even George W. Bush and certainly Senator McCain. That's true. So you do have the power in this race. Eric Massa will win. And the other candidates here will win. And the other candidates will win if you will knock on the door 3 times. And this isn't knocking the door on from the Democratic Party to ask you how to vote, no, tell you how to vote for us. It's, what are you worried about? What do you think we ought to do about it? Tell me about your family and what you're going through. That is how you win elections. So, we have a big ask here. All the things that you always do, which is why you're here, you work so hard at doing it. But this time, we need you to talk to your neighbors, every single one of them. We're reaching out to all kinds of people that we never thought we could win, and we're winning them. Evangelical Christians. We reach out to folks who are evangelical Christians. Why? You know why? Because if you're under 35 years old and you're an evangelical Christian, you know what the 3 top issues for you are? Poverty, climate change, and Darfur. Well, that sounds like a Democratic agenda to me. Why not work with people? Why not work with people who share our agenda? And we can agree to disagree in some areas, but let's work with people. That's what the young people want us to do. They want us to put aside the things we can't agree on and work on the things that are going to make America better. And you know what? When you start working people where you have with people that you have some disagreements with, suddenly the disagreements get smaller and the things that are important get bigger, and your relationship is more important. That's what we want you to do. Work with all kinds of people. Don't just go out and knock on those Democratic doors that you know will get out to vote. Knock on the neighbor's door that you don't think you dare discuss politics with. And you know what? Some of those doors will be closed in your face, just like they were in mine one time when I was governor of the state and I was knocking on doors with a legislative candidate. Go up to this home, this 80-year-old lady, and she looks at me and she says, "We vote straight Republican in this house." Boom! I don't think she got another governor's visit for the next 80 years. That's going to happen sometimes, but it works. And if you show someone the respect to ask them for their vote, even if you don't get it, it's going to start to heal the country.
All right. Yeah.
And so we are going to win. We're going to win the presidency. We're going to win the House. We're going to win some of these judgeships. We're going to win some of the county races. And we're going to emerge in a majority. And the reason for that is that we believe there are 2 priorities for America. The first is to heal our country after 30 years of ugly, bitter, divisive politics which have set different groups against each other by design in order to win elections. That doesn't belong in America anymore. And the second task ahead of us is to restore the moral authority of this great country elsewhere in the world. So once again, we can sit down with other nations in Northern Ireland, or in the Middle East, or in Africa, and bring people to the peace table. The truth of the matter is that Senator McCain was dead wrong. We don't want 4 more years of the Bush approach, because the Democratic approach will be more successful in the long run. It is very hard to end war by waging it. But you can build peace if you have the moral authority and you've earned the respect of others. George Bush has thrown away the respect that this country had all over the rest of the world. And we are going to bring it back in November of this year to the great country that we are made for it being. And we send those guys back to Caucus, Texas, and Arizona, and put Democrats in the White House. Thanks so much.